Welcome to day 25 of Learn AI with me. Today, I want to take my series and I want to create an email, a full email thread and automation. So, this series, this 30-day sprint was an opportunity and an experiment. One, I don't make that much content on YouTube. So, I gave myself a goal. I stuck to that goal. And within that goal, I knew that I would have content that I would be able to use for as long as I needed to use, as long as I put an intention, a theme, a progression together. So if you are someone who is not sure what to do on YouTube or who wants to start a blog or something like that, I want you to know that even if you're the person behind the camera, you're the person with the talent, the art or creativity, you can still leverage these tools to find ways to create an audience by basically producing a lead magnet or something valuable. You can improve your social media channels. So when you think about posting one at a time, yes, you are creating a moment and you get the engagement and the dopamine hit of the likes. But when you give yourself something like a goal of what can I do if I did a 3-day challenge and I poured all of my information and took people through a journey, what could I achieve if I tried doing something for 30 days or 21 days or 7 days or a year, right? We've seen content of people saying, every day for a year, I'm trying this, right? I remember seeing something like one girl wanting to do something that brought her joy every day. And we could kind of see like joy returning to her. But that content, it gave people something to follow a progression of, and she can use it. She can use the personal insights, the professional insights, and if she or anyone else who has a series is strategic with their AI tools, they can package it over and over and over again. I can create an email series today. I can turn this into a course, a book. I can turn this into a class. There are so many different ways, especially when you think about the fact that digital is its own diverse income stream, right? So you can still be the artist, whether you produce music, whether you are a film director, you can still produce your art. You can use tools that are not connected to one, not connected or set up to share your information and your IP. You have to do some more research on that. Some of my tools are open, chat is open, NotebookLM is a little bit more closed. Those are things you want to do your research on. But knowing that, I want you to think about how you can use these tools to package your information and then create different streams, right? Go back to that song, play with the lyrics, play with graphics, play with the backstory, play with just different ways of recreating something that you already produced that is you and full of gems. But maybe like this daily series did not load me up with 1,000 or 100,000 YouTube subscribers. I did gain some new subscribers, so hi guys. But the intention was to be able to use this in a long-term play for my business. And that's my encouragement to you. My business is about the cross-section of how we use content to drive revenue. So I started with a goal and I had the intention of taking people through the progression of how do we learn AI and what are things that I can learn that I haven't tried, that I can expose and build in public and share all of that and document all of that. Because if you document it, then you can do so many more things with it afterwards. So today, I want to make a few emails. We're going to go back into NotebookLM. We'll see how it writes. I don't think the emails will be the right tone, so I may have to go into chat. But this can start with an email, but I'm thinking about what it looks like to produce a book. I'm also thinking about updating my LinkedIn, right? I don't want to take them through this 30-day series, but how can I put this in every other month, like a different video, like once or twice a month? What would that cadence look like? Which of the videos are more appealing and ideal for LinkedIn, especially because right now it's still a little bit cold. People on that platform aren't 100% aware of the levels of information that I have available on this new path that I've been exploring, which is why I'm building in public and showing that and sharing that. So now I get to expose it. Now I've done it and I get to expose it. So if you're a business owner, if you're a creative, if you're a visionary, if you're somebody who has a skill, has a talent, is building something, create first. You're going to need some type of proof and then empower that with you can do whatever you want. You don't have to use my tools. You don't even have to use the type of AI that puts your information because Canva has AI where you can just make pictures. And if that's what you want to do, take your ideas and just create images that are turned into social media, you can do that too. But you do have to start by creating something that lives outside of yourself. And you have to be smart enough to know which tools will help you achieve not just one goal, but many goals. NotebookLM is such a great hub because it lets you create so many things all in one place. Canva is really cool because it's if you are doing something with graphics, you can do the background remover tool. You can extend the generation of the graphic itself. You can recolor it, resize it. You can make it move now. That was actually a pretty cool thing. I've used it a few times since. So let's get into NotebookLM today, but I think I'm going to end up in chat. We're going to find out together. All right. Per usual, give me one moment to share my screen. Perfect. So going to hit try NotebookLM. Now I have a good deal of notebooks, but the two that are really relevant right now are this series, the Daily YouTube Sprint, and Her Spark. Because right now with Her Spark, I'm still in the building out of what's helpful for sponsorships. I may show you guys that like tomorrow. Today, though, I do want to see what NotebookLM has to say about the capacity for me to maybe package this in into an email series. So let's say that. I need to resize this. I can't see everything I need to see. Okay, here we go. I'm going to be so simple. I want to create an empowering email series for CEOs and CEOs, founders, and creative visionaries who are interested in AI but don't know where to start. I also think I want to rename the series on a professional level, Prompt Like a CEO, for which I already have a lead magnet and plenty of prompts. First off, what do you think is going to be my first question? What do you recommend? Let's ask Notebook first for insights and then use those insights to start creating some emails. And then I can queue them up in my CRM, Automate Your Hustle. And even if it's not live tomorrow, I can start introducing people to it and letting them know something's coming. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, CEO level power move. They love the idea of prompt like a CEO. I did mention it in this series. Okay, 5 email prompt like a CEO sequence. All right, frozen by overwhelm based on my strategy. Okay, email 1, the mindset shift. Are you a renter or an owner? Can we make this any bigger? Boom, bop, bop. Okay, we made it bigger. Alrighty. I don't think they actually wrote my emails. They just told me what I should do. Stop playing with AI, start hiring it. Day 2, okay, introduce the bold framework. Why Googled? Okay. Can you write the first email? Introducing them to the series. Let's see, because I think I'm going to end up in chat, but that's what we get to find out together. Okay, here we go. Stop playing with AI, start hiring it. I don't love. I'm sorry, I'm already critical. Hey, legacy builder, that's not bad. Let's be honest for a second. This is good. Most people are treating AI like a toy. They log in, type a random question, giggle, hee hee, and then move on. They are renters. When you rent an apartment, they do my story. Okay, okay. You're just passing through. But you are not a renter, you are an architect. There is some really good transformational logic and copywriting techniques at play. Even though I don't love everything, like in terms of tone, not bad. Welcome to Prompt Like a CEO. Next few emails: accelerated purpose methodology, bold framework, build out your unique ideas, learn AI series, own your skills and IP. In short, we're not just going to, my goal isn't just to drive people to this YouTube series. My goal is to, on the way, capture email addresses, on the way, maybe sell a few digital ebooks, on the way, maybe book speaking opportunities. This is not about just getting a YouTube. I mean, people are getting paid off YouTube, so do love that. But on the way to that, capture some of that interest for yourself. Capture that well earned attention in other ways. So that's what the O is really all about. Leverage the technology to clone your genius. I think we're looking at this in real time, right? Hello? Hello? And then D, do the work faster than you ever thought possible. I keep trying to show y'all what I'm talking about. 20-minute content strategy, event planning, batching. That only took long because I had no idea what I was actually building out. I thought I knew what the process was and I was not correct. And then I figured that out. And once I do, I mean, if I were to batch this, it may still take some time because you don't get to collapse the entire process, right? Captions and emails and LinkedIn posts and blog articles, they still have to be written. They still have to be edited and reread in your voice and your tone. We don't get to collapse that time. We get to we get to use that same hour and do maybe 5x the work. So do the work faster than you ever thought possible. Do the work, but faster than you ever thought possible. Ooh, come on, assignment. I haven't given you guys an official assignment in a minute. Mm. Before we touch a single piece of software, we have to audit the foundation. Plan like a CEO, ask people. Actually, that's not what Plan Like a CEO asked them. And they don't even have my name correctly, but that's okay because the transcript didn't write it correctly. A horror story about how Google deleted my data, the right settings, protect your secret sauce before you type one more prompt. Honestly, that's solid foundation. From a marketing standpoint, there's some tweaking can be done, and that's a personal preference because this would probably go over fairly well for someone. I don't have to change it. I will, and I will use ChatGPT to do that. But I have an email one. So as I think about SOPs and as I'm informing you of how to get there faster by not stumbling your way through. And that's why it took me 3 days to figure out that content batching. But if I'd watched somebody else take 3 days, then I wouldn't take 3 days. So for me, I've written email one. I have the version one of email one in front of me. I need to then put that into like a Google Doc or somewhere where it's a working file. I can manipulate it, I can play around with it, I can tweak it. From there, I can kind of go back and forth with chat, Perplexity, NotebookLM, whatever is something that's going to write it out for me. Some people might use Claude, right? We talked about that. But I could go into chat and I can not just ask it to rewrite it, but I could say, hey, make Kim Kardashian my business coach, make Issa Rae my content strategist, help her, help me add more drama and relatability to it like Issa would. So it's not just rewrite this for me, it's how, it's making it excellent, right? Spending that hour, but doing work 5x better or faster because you're leveraging AI. So this was excellent. And I like that I have email one. I'm going to put it in a Google Doc because I'll need to put all of them into one place, right? For the batching of my captions, I need to put a Google Sheet together because I need to put it in an Excel. In this case, I think a Google Doc is perfect, easy access to tweaking it as needed. You can't tweak work here. This is you drop it in and that's it. It's done. You get to ask it questions, you don't get to tweak it. So this is not a working platform. This is a you take your intelligence and you get to pull on different strings. You get to think differently, expanded, ask it questions. So it's working in the middle, but it's not, you're not producing a product. So you still kind of need those other tools like a Google or Microsoft or something like that. So I'll go from this email one into a Google Doc where I already know I'm going to have to put 30 different emails together because I have 30 videos of content and maybe there's more, right? Maybe I end up doing a video every 3 days, which make it a 90-day series. But I don't start there, right? I do an MVP first, which is to say I create version one, 30-day series. And then I could say, that was a lot of information. Let's space it out. Let's give them things to think about. Let's give them an assignment, make them do a prompt. What would they do? Ask them the question. Or maybe I'm not sending it every single day, but these are things I get to think about in my strategy mode because I no longer have to think about, I no longer have to take this. I've been on here for maybe almost 20 minutes. I don't have to take this time now to write email one. I get to figure out what I'm going to do with email one, how I get to make it better, how I get to put it as part of my ecosystem. So these tools allow you to move faster, but you need to know how to use them and you need to know which ones you want to use them for which purpose, which is, of course, in one of my earlier videos, do the research, understand the tool, understand the limitations, the benefits, the drawbacks, all of the things that you need to do so that your business operates the way you want it to operate. So email one, figure out how I want to write it. I might go into ChatGPT, ask it to help, give Issa Rae, some Myron Golden, maybe a little bit of Russell Brunson to drive people to doing something, things like that. And then, well, that'd be email one. So once I have all of the emails, or even if I want to start with email one, ultimately my last step is the CRM, automate your hustle. From automate your hustle, I can actually batch them, make all of this real, make all of it monetizable. So I could say free series, but if you want the book, it's $9. If you want the training course behind the methodology, that's, $297. I could do that. So if you see anything like that in the future, if you see this and it becomes an ad, I built this in public. This is the strategy mind, and these are real ideas. But this is really me using an AI tool to get there faster. So, all righty. So we've got my day one email. I can work with that. I can slice that. I can make it better, more refined. I can put it into my CRM. I can monetize it. So, if you could do anything, what would you do? Would you start a YouTube series? Maybe a blog? Maybe a daily, workout change? What would you do? How would you do it? The how is, maybe the platform. The how is, I was building in public, how and why. For me, I hadn't really been on YouTube. I needed that experience. I was inspired. There were some people that I follow that do YouTube series and are on here and have been on here and have spoken very highly of the platform. And I wanted to no longer be burdened by my own fear. So I gave myself a goal. And in starting that, I committed to finishing that goal. A lot of done over perfect. It has not been perfect, but I'm very excited to get it done. And then when it is done, I can do some really cool things with it. If this idea, if this mindset, if this process of taking your ideas and igniting them is of interest to you and you want to talk through this, I do consultations. I also have workbooks because I'm building an ecosystem and I'm using AI to do it. So check out my captions if you would like to work or connect with me further. This has been another Learn AI Day with me. Catch me tomorrow. I will already have about 5, maybe 10 emails, nicely worded. And I imagine that I'll need graphics. So we'll make tomorrow a visual day. It's been a minute since we got a chance to play around and see how something should look. Well, we did that yesterday. No, we did do that yesterday. We just didn't get where we wanted to go. So I'll have the text, I'll have a few ideas of the visuals, but we'll put that all together and I'll start to make some magic happen. We're going to package an email series for this. Okay? All right. I'll see you tomorrow, but tomorrow, don't just listen. You can be on your phone talking to your chat, your NotebookLM. You could pause me. You could build in real time too. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow for day 26 of Learn AI with me. Bye.